Lori Louie. I'm a huge fan of your videos and appreciate them so much I became a Patreon supporter. It was so easy. You're doing a great job and I'm happy to contribute so you can continue educating all of us. I was initially drawn to your work because of my fascination with Scientology. However, I have benefited so much more because you have introduced critical thinking skills into my life. It has prompted a shift in my approach to many things. Thank you. Now, my question. When I was young, I thought Christian Science and Scientology were the same thing. I just thought the term Scientologist was what parishioners of Christian Science were called, but I now realize that's not the case. While learning about the different tenets of each, I was struck by Mary Baker Eddy's theory of malicious animal magnetism. A malicious person can transmit something harmful or damaging onto another person by thought. And Hubbard's belief that a PTSD can draw physical harm onto a Scientologist individually or the group as a whole. I understand Christian Science was at its height of popularity in the 40s. Do you think Hubbard, who liked to repackage ideas and claim them as his own, was influenced by Mary Baker Eddy? Well, most certainly he was, and also by other earlier spiritualists and mentalists I think Madame Blavatsky was somebody who was an early 1900s or late 1800s source of information that influenced a whole lot of New Age spirituality and gurus and whatnot from the 20th century. Almost uniformly are plagiarizing Madame Blavatsky. And the funny thing is that Madame Blavatsky was shamelessly plagiarizing lots of earlier people. We did a whole podcast on this with Joe Zimhart, my Sensibly Speaking podcast, where we talked about this in detail. Joe was just a font of information on this kind of thing. And so that's pretty much a given. And Hubbard was pretty shameless in his plagiarizing. And I think I've mentioned before, the way that he would do that is he would take the information and then he would say, well, yeah, they said that, but they got it all wrong because they put the wrong importances. They said A, B, and C, and we just took out B because that was the really important part about what they said. And they got A and C. That was all wrong. It was only B that was really important, right? And he's just flat out saying, yeah, I ripped them off. I mean, that's really what he's saying. But he's just getting away with it because people who follow L. Ron Hubbard and think that his brand of spirituality is the truth are compelled to believe what he has to say about it because he's the source of it, and they have a confirmation bias. They want to believe what he's saying for whatever reason. So as far as the Christian Science thing goes, when I was in Scientology, we never thought there was any connection at all. I didn't really know much about Mary Baker Eddy. I didn't know much about Christian Science. I still don't really. But I do know that Hubbard was drawing on a lot of information from Freud, from Jung, from early psychoanalysis, from early spiritual practices, from Aleister Crowley's work. There's all kinds of borrowings of things and influences that went into Scientology. So I can't make causal direct connections between Scientology and Christian Science, but I will say that it doesn't, no leap of logic for me to see that there's a connection there.